What's up guys, Dylan here from Veteran Aquatics, and today we have a awesome video for you guys. My buddy Chris is moving and cannot take his fish with him, unfortunately, and man, does he have some awesome fish. We're going to show you what we got, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about Chris and the Cichlid Club of York. But before we go ahead and get started, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. 80% of the folks that watch my videos are not subscribers, and I'm glad it's reaching you guys. But do me a favor and help support me by clicking that subscribe button. As always, I'll see you in a minute. Well guys, we have precious cargo on board and some awesome driftwood. Thanks, Chris. But there is a lot of awesome fish in that bucket, and there is another bucket behind me that has a fish strapped into it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I am going to tell you the fish's name is Fluffy, and it shall remain Fluffy. Alright, so I'll see you guys when we're acclimating these, but man, I am excited. See that shadow? What's that shadow? That shadow is probably the most gorgeous fish in this whole collection. We'll be back. Alright guys, we are back home. The fish are in their tanks. Man, it's a lot of fish. And I have to move again in a month. But they now have a place to live, and I'm going to be able to move them just fine. It's just going to be more. Alright, so I promise you some awesome fish. I'm going to show you some awesome fish. Be aware that they've only been in these tanks for a couple hours, so some of them may be hiding. I might not be able to show off all of them. Number 1, a zebra pleco and an Epistogramma McMasteri, male. That is such a cute little pleco, but I cannot believe how expensive these things are when you buy them. Ridiculous. But super cool looking. He is in the 90 with the angelfish. I'm going to need to do another water change because even with the new filter, it's still not clearing up. So, yeah, that's a thing. Make sure you stick around to the end, though, so I can show you Fluffy. Fluffy is a beast. Alright, so this is my fry grow out tank. There's some red dragon koi angels in here. And those are red tail sheller fry. If you don't know what they are, Google them. It's an African cichlid. They're a Cares fish. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I even have a couple of adults. Now before I get crucified for what you're about to see, know that these fish are doing fine, nobody's getting chased, everybody's eating, and the tank can actually handle this amount of fish. So let's run through it. There are some black throat tilapia in here. And there's the African, the odd one out. But man, even though he's washed out, super pretty. One random white convict. So I intended on dividing these fish up into the two 125s. That way, you know, the tanks wasn't overcrowded and overstocked, because this is getting there. But yeah, so there's these Africans, there's the blackthroat tilapia, there's that white convict. Don't be an eye sucker, because that'll be a problem. If you guys don't know, sometimes convicts like to suck eyes. Look at that. It's so pretty. Man, I love these fish. Chris, again, you know, it's really sad that you couldn't take your fish with you, but I love all of these fish. You have some very, very phenomenal tasting fish. Yes, these fish will be put into different tanks after I move. I'm not setting up any more tanks right now. I know it's not the greatest. It's working. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Now you can see it in that corner there. That is a red Texas cichlid. He's an absolute beauty. He was imported from Indonesia, I think Chris said. Absolute stunner, and when he gets bigger, he's gonna be a show-stopping fish. Beautiful, beautiful red Texas cichlid. And going up, I promised you Fluffy. And Fluffy's a monster. Fluffy is an enormous, beautiful, male green Texas cichlid. Look at that finnage, look at that fish, look at that hump. Oh, he is beautiful, and he is big. Man, he's bigger than my hand is. But Chris keeps lots of cichlids, so that's what he had, and the one pleco. It was a great time getting to hang out with him, and Chris was the one that, when I realized I was going to be moving nearer to York, Pennsylvania, he reached out to me, being part of the Cichlid Club of York. He told me who to contact for the type of fish I keep, you know, the events that were coming up, the best people to get fish from, and stuff like that. He's a really cool guy. He knows a lot about his fish. He knows a lot about other people's fish, and I can't wait to spend more time with him and other members of the Cichlid Club of York. If you don't know, the Cichlid Club of York was started by Scott McLaughlin of King and Queen Cichlids. That was his club originally. He is not super active in it now, but he is still part of it, and he did found the club. The club now has probably 1,000 members, and is an awesome, awesome club with a lot of awesome people. And I really can't wait to start being able to go to their meetings and, you know, really start to mingle with all the folks in that club. So those are the fish that I got. Man, Fluffy is a monster. By far the biggest fish I have. I considered for a second trying to catch my jags and seeing if they could coexist, but he's just so big. I don't have anything that can contend with him. If he so chose, it would end whatever I put in with him. So he's going to be by himself for now. I may get some egg crate, divide the tank up, and maybe stick the Africans on the right side there, or the left side, whatever. Just to kind of get him out of the tank and take a couple of fish out of that bottom 125. But that is all, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I had a really good time hanging out with Chris. I love these fish. They're all beautiful, beautiful, well-kept fish. And I'm really blessed to have them. And I'm so grateful that I was the one that, was able to give them a home. And going forward, I'm going to be taking really good care of them. They're going to get their normal homes once we move. Right now everything's kind of condensed. But once I move, I have so many empty tanks. It's absurd, ranging from 220 gallons to 5 gallons. So everybody will get a home, everybody will be happy, everybody will be in their proper tank with proper neighbors and inhabitants in their tank. So no Africans and American cichlids. But for now, it's going to have to work. Alright? That is it, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys that do watch. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.